Hi, my name is Angela.
My name is Lydia, and we are research assistants at the Mind and Development Lab, and we will be presenting our project, Gesture Prediction and Theory of Mind, done under the mentorship of Dr. Dina Schachner and Minju Kim.
In our daily conversations, in person or virtually, we often have to think about what the other person does or doesn't know and how their thoughts differ from our own. This social concept is called theory of mind, which is the understanding that others may have different thoughts, knowledge, and intentions from one's own. For successful communication, we have to bring our conversation partner to the same page by guiding them to our intended topic through mutual referencing. Here's an example. John and Sally are looking at these three faces. Sally says, "My friend has glasses." Who is she referring to? When Sally designed her speech, she didn't say hat and only said glasses, which helps John narrow down his choices to the one in the middle. Using ambiguous situations like these, studies have shown that people can selectively use their speech to bring the other person to a state of shared knowledge. However, not much has been studied on whether people can use this social skill along with gestures, which is also commonly used to facilitate better communication. Thus, our study aims to look at whether people can selectively use their gestures to guide their partner to a place of shared knowledge, like what is done in speech. We aim to observe if adults and children can use theory of mind skills to tailor their gestures for their partner based on what they know and don't know, and eventually achieve the communicative goal. So, how do we assess this? To look at whether adults can selectively gesture some features to help guide their partner for successful communication, we set up a game of charades. 50 UCSD undergraduates participated in this study as pairs, one as a gesture and another as a responder. Using these 8 objects, they were shown 2 of them as a pair, each differing in either size, shape, or pattern. The gesture and responder were shown different views of the object pairs, with a red arrow above the target object for the gesture. By using no words or pointing and doing it quickly with as few gestures as possible, the gesture's goal was to successfully communicate the target object to the responder, who had to make a correct guess. So now, let's go through a practice game to see how it's done. For this practice run, I will be the experimenter, you will be the responder, and Lydia will be the gesture. As the responder, based on what Lydia gestures, you will make a decision on which object is the target one. Let's begin. Now we'll do another example. Great, were you able to correctly guess the object in both trials? Since object pairs only differed in pattern, that feature would be the most relevant because it efficiently disambiguates the target from the other object, like the first example. In contrast, if shape and size were also gestured like in the second example, they are irrelevant in finding the target since it is not efficient to gesture features that are the same in the two objects. We can see this difference of relevant and irrelevant gestures in the results of our study.
In the graph here, the x-axis represents feature type, pattern, shape, and size. On the y-axis, we have the mean percentage that the feature was gestured in each trial. The means are marked in blue when the feature is relevant and in red when the feature is irrelevant. Error bars show the standard error. So now we go back to our original question. Are people more likely to selectively gesture a feature when it's relevant to disambiguating between two objects? As you can see in the huge gap between the two lines on the graph, the answer is yes. People significantly gestured a feature more when it was relevant. And this was true across all feature types. Therefore, our study shows that people do tailor their gestures to highlight the relevant information for their partner, just like they would in language. These results suggest that theory of mind skill, or the ability to guide their partner by minimizing irrelevant information, is not just reserved to spoken language, it extends to gesture communication as well. So now we have another question. If the pressure of effectively communicating is removed, when the partner is removed, would then theory of mind skills still be used? To test whether this selective gesturing is driven by the need to communicate with another person, we created a control condition where there was no partner. Therefore, we can contrast both studies. And so far, our preliminary data has shown that more irrelevant gestures were included in the solo condition than in the duo condition. Furthermore, we aim to extend this study to children. When they are asked to play a game like charades, and they are limited to only using gestures, can they customize their gestures in order to maximize efficacy when communicating, or will it be cognitively challenging for them to narrow their gestures for their partner based on their access to information?
Thank you.
Thank you.